on guys, it is me Parkzy here, and today we're going to be going through the Showdown Battle League. I believe it's called one of that Showdown League Association. Today we're going to be going through our week 6 battle versus my good friend Shiny, coach of the Gothenburg Garchomps. Hi, your coach of the Armaldos. We're pretty much you know, the neutral ground team. Like, no team really has less losses than us. Like, we're basically, to summarize it, like, we're the most neutral team, okay? We're like the most even. Most teams either have so many wins or they have so many losses, but not our team. We've got a record of 2 and 3, 2 wins, 3 losses. We have lost against Radata, has last week. If you guys have not seen the video, you should go see it. It was a great video. However, I did not have much time to record that video, as you can probably tell. I could not commentate at all because I was super busy last week with French orals, but luckily I got them out of the way just today, so I took this time to record this video. PVA is probably going to be out, and then I'm probably going to record another Pokemon video for like a fortnight's time or something like that. Season 2 of this should be coming out in a while, but I'm not sure if I will be participating in that. Not because I don't want to, because trust me, I love the guys, every single one of them are great friends of mine. But I'm just not sure if I have enough time to do it anymore, because already I'm struggling to just keep up all the videos on my channel and do everything. Because for some reason I decided to, oh yeah, let's upload Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. If you do not know, that's my upload schedule. But yeah, this is Saturday's upload. Currently recording this on Thursday. Thankfully Shiny managed to do this battle on Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday I believe. Could even be Sunday, I just completely forget. But he did very early, so thank you Shiny very much for that. I really appreciate it, bro. That is incredible. I don't think anyone else has had their week 6 battle, but Shiny, rocking with the Rain team. He has got Clefable, Pelipper. I need to work out where my mouse is. He's got Clefable, Pelipper, Darmanitan, Delmise, Registeel, Lantern, Kingdra as the Z captain, Manaphy, Alakazam, Miltank, and Drapion. Now, his team has only, he has 2 Rock Setters, he has 2 Hazard Removers, and he has 4 Water types in his team, and Pelipper, Lantern, Kingdra, and Manaphy. So I was definitely expecting Rain to come this battle, because what counters Sand except Rain, and you know, you can't say Sun and Hail as well. Sand is probably the weakest team if you're going to go up against another weather team, but it is, in my opinion, the best team if you don't want to rely on the weather, because Sun teams you really need like your Sunmon, you need to bring like Torkoal and Venusaur. For Rain teams you need to bring Pelipper if you want to help out the Mega Swampert or the Kingdra, and for Hail teams I guess you can just rock out the low on Ninetales, but if you're going to bring a low on Sandslash then you basically have to bring your low on Ninetales. So going against a Rain team, very scary against my team of course, as most of these teams are. But let's go get into what I decided to bring, and you're going to see some funky sets definitely. Okay, so the staple of the Armaldos, our first Pokemon is Yuta the Hippowdon. Sorry if you can hear my laptop moving, just going to move myself. If you do not know, I film on a laptop, so that like crunching or whatever you hear, the scuffling I guess you could say, that is just me moving around in my bed because I get uncomfortable with lying in the same spot for about 7 minutes when show more decides not to load up. And yeah, so we've got Yuta, of course, our Hippowdon, essentially running the same 3 moves every single week: Stealth Rock, Slack Off, and Earthquake. But this time we decided to bring Ice Fang on it just because Landorus Therian is a huge threat to my team. Also allows me to hit Pelipper and Delmise for some good damage. Of course, if I did decide to bring Earthquake solely on Hippowdon, I really could not touch quite a lot of his threats. Delmise would take knocking, Pelipper is immune, so is Landorus Therian. So I really just wanted to bring some to hit those guys. Stealth Rock, of course, is very good against his team, because he has to waste the turn Defog with Pelipper, which wastes the turn of his Rain inevitably. So I say I bring Sandstream, and Yuta is very important because it's my only Pokemon on my team that can get up weather reliably. Like, I can send it in and instantly know, guaranteed, that the sand will go up. I also have another Pokemon to disrupt the potential sand, which, I mean, not sand, Rain. I was 90% sure, if I can say the word, if I can speak English, I swear English is my first language, guys. But I also have another disruptor for his Rain team, but it's less reliable. You're gonna see it now, but we have got physically defensive Muta just so that I can take a hit from some of the smallest like Delmize. I'm pretty sure I take a hit from Delmize and after leftovers I can take it too. Something like that. Just a really good pivot. Also very good answer to Drapion. Is essentially useless against his Pokemon and really just shuts down a lot of his other physical attackers. It can 1v1 his Landorus Therian, which is also a huge factor, and also if it is physical Kingdra, I can take +2 Waterfall from it. I believe. I'm just kind of thinking of these stat calcs, but I'm pretty sure I can take +2 Waterfall non-range boosted from a Kingdra. So next up we've got Zika, Art Circuitry, and finally we're not bringing Z Hypnosis, I know. Even though Z Hypnosis is incredible, I decided to bring another Rain Disruptor in this battle. I don't really know why I don't have my wee Acute under my Z, but today we decided to bring a more offensive Circuitry with 220 plus speed to outspeed Scarf Landorus when we get a +1 speed boost from the Z Sunny Day. It's basically just the setup on the Pelipper, the Registeel, especially if he sends in Registeel, that is instantly set up for my Zika. Also Lantern is, although it can get Bolt Absorb, it will not appreciate a +6 Hidden Part Ice, and it is also set up for it for my Circuitry. Circuitry, you know, I just didn't really get too fancy with the set, just enough speed outspeed Choice Scarf Landorus. Oh no, oh yeah, it was Adamant Choice Scarf Landorus, that was what it was, outspeed Adamant Choice Scarf Landorus. Just max special attack, and then also invest a little bit into HP, which is pretty nice. Next up we've got Forges, which was our sole counter to Kingdra. Nothing else really wanted to take a hit except this Pokemon. It is Absorb Bulb, which can absorb the water type attack. At least I thought it could in the battle. Wink wink, nudge nudge. So basically, you see if it says hit by a water type attack, but I'm pretty sure some items just absorb the damage, but apparently I didn't know you take the water, like you actually get hit by the water type attack for all its damage, and then you get the special attack boost. But I ran Moonblast, Synthesis, Toxic Heal Bell, Synthesis for more reliable recovery. Don't really know why I ran Wish, because Synthesis only heals 25%, but I do have Toxic and Heal Bell just in case. This Pokemon is a more offensive Forges, even though it is for special defensive. It is my special defensive pivot, but it also can have extremely high +1 Moonblast. Nothing on his team wants to take a Moonblast except Registeel, but then again, as I said, that's basically setup fodder for my Pokemon. Speaking of setup fodder for some of my Pokemon, I've got Rouge Gorge, which is my Talonflame. You might be saying, Parkzy, you're an idiot, you're bringing Talonflame into the face of Rain, essentially giving a soldier a shield and making them run into battle. Well, this Pokemon actually matches up really well against his team. A +2 Brave Bird can nuke absolutely everything else, a Flare Blitz in case Registeel decides to make an appearance. Registeel is the only setup fodder that this Pokemon can set up on confidently. I can also set up on Delmize to a lesser degree, but Delmize can break my substitute with Shadow Claw, and it can somewhat stay in if it is a physically defensive variant or somewhat of a bulky variant that has the littlest amount of HP, but I can substitute on those Pokemon. I also just have Sword Stance, just because it's nice. Leftovers to negate the Sand, so if I do want to get up to max HP to use my buildings, that would be also great. The Quezza is my Latios that I'm bringing this week. I have Dragon Pulse and Thunderbolt just so I can OHKO things like the Pelipper. I also deal massive damage to Manaphy. Thunderbolt's just a very good move with a lot of his Pokemon in general. You aren't really going to be switching to Landorus Therian in on this Pokemon, so it essentially hits everything apart from the Landorus Therian for pretty good damage. Dragon Pulse is just a nice move. It does, what piece power is it? 85? Yeah, it's 85. New special attack drop like the Triple Meteor, and this is just pretty defensive for Latios, just being able to debug and recover on things. Has enough speed so I can outspeed. What can I outspeed? I forget. I'm pretty sure I put enough speed onto this Pokemon so I can outspeed Manaphy. I can't remember if it is. Yeah, I believe I have enough speed to outspeed a max speed Manaphy, but correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure some people will do. But my final Pokemon that I decided to bring was Aurora. This is basically a Pokemon that I just decided to bring in my sixth slot. So Aurora is always a good Pokemon. I just, like, if I cannot think of another Pokemon to bring, I just decided to bring Aurora. And I know, guys, finally I'm not bringing Sash Aurora. I did need to stand a lot more than I needed Sash Aurora in this battle, so I just decided to bring a pretty offensive Zoroark, just
this Pokemon doesn't really do much, ironically, to his team. It just kind of pivots with the U-turn and get off some damage. Can't really knock out anything, just allows to chip down the team. It can be my cleaner if I want to, but I'm really just using this Pokemon to poke some surprise holes into my team, hence the name Surprise. Max speed in case you bring in a max speed mana feed. Wait, why did I put max speed on this thing? I'm pretty sure, I can't remember exactly because this battle was so long ago why I did this, but just max speed, max special attack, 4 into attack so that I can hit harder with my low kick and my U-turn. Also, if you guys are wondering why it took me also so long to upload me versus Haz, me and Haz has our had our battle on Saturday, and Saturday is the time that I upload videos, so I literally had like about 8 hours to render and upload and record the video and everything, so I just decided it'd be best just to show the video in its entirety in case you guys wait. But now I'm going to pull up the battle, so let's go see it. Okay guys, so here's the battle, and of course, as I predicted, he brought his Rain. He brought 3 out of 4 of his incredibly scary water type Pokemon. He brought Landorus there, and so honestly I know that Landorus is more than likely a defensive Landorus just to counter things like physical attackers like my Excadrill and my Tamphrium. I wasn't bringing Excadrill into this battle because Excadrill versus Rain is like fighting a losing battle. So he brought Drapion. I can see why I brought Drapion, just a very nice Pokemon, can shoot my Latios. It can also hit Forges pretty hard, Poison Jab, force that things out. And it really does not have, my Pokemon, as you're slowly going to realise, do not have the best switch-ins to Drapion. Of course I could use Hippowdon as a decent switch-in. Even though it was max defense, I still feared things like Aquatail coming off this thing. Delmise was more than likely a spinner as presuming a more offensive Pelipper then, because you did bring Delmise and Pelipper. You usually don't see both of them, usually only see one or the other. I'm also glad I didn't bring Excadrill because it just got destroyed by Delmise. I couldn't spin versus it, my stabs weren't very good against it. So that is going to be an issue, plus the mana fee if a lot of my responses get worn down. So we're going to go into battle. I'm going to put this on the normal speed just so I can actually commentate him, but actually I should be putting this on the slow speed. But he goes out into Drapion as I lead off with my Exarcatry. This is actually Zoroark. This is actually my Exarcatry disguised as my Zoroark. And I see this thing is rocking an air balloon, and I instantly want to pop that balloon. Why do I want to pop that balloon? Well, that means that if I can get hit in Hippowdon, it decides to stay in, can knock out Aquatail, then I can easily just go for the Earthquake. But he does switch out, unfortunately, and does make a pretty good play into Landorus Fairy. And however, this is Zoroark, so I am going to go for my U-turn. This allows me to check if he is Rocking Helmet, but I just take Life Orb damage as usual. So I know that he's not Rocking Helmet, he's probably like something like Soft Sand, or maybe some leftovers variant. It could be Scarf Rocks, but I wouldn't really expect it. So I send out Yuta, preparing to go for the Ice Bat, and he probably isn't expecting it, probably just wants to get up his rocks, as he does show the hidden part Ice, which is very good. I do know that he is kind of a mixed Landorus, if anything, it could be a special attacking. So I do a lot of damage with Ice Fang, and I know that I'm going to force him to switch out because that Landorus has been taking a whole bunch of damage. Also know that he is leftover set as good, with confirming my suspicions about him being a defense variant, as he does go switch out into Pelipper, aka Scarflord. As I just decided to get at rocks, I know that he's not going to really sag over Landorus this early. It is very good against my team that actually comes in on my Landorus. And also can just turn on every single one of my Pokemon's. Earthquake is also very good in the late game, so I decided to go into my Fortress hoping to get my special attack boost with Scald. Fortunately he does default. That is okay though, because I just get to fire off a very nice Moonblast against the Pokemon. No real good switch in, so he does decide to go into Red Algae, which is Delmise, and he does take a whole bunch of damage. I'm pretty sure that was a Sulfat, oh no, it was Leftovers, but it had some special bug onto it. It only took a little bit of damage. Delmise's special defense stat isn't that good. I decided to take a chance. This is the only Pokemon that my Tamphrium is set up on, as Anchor Shot does so much damage to my Tamphrium. I can't switch out, but I'm not planning to, so I know that he doesn't really want to stay in, and chance that me just knocking him out with 3 birds, so he decides to go out into his Kingdra, as I decided to set up a substitute as always, and this is what the plan has led up to. I just set up a substitute, and The rain does go, so I know that he's not Damp Rock Caliper, which got me a little bit confused. He might be a leftovers variant or something. And this is very unfortunate for my opponent, as he does miss the Hydro Pump, unless we know that he's a special variant, not a Dragon Dance variant like it might have appeared. So I get a little bit more leftovers recovery, and honestly there's no point just to fire up a Brave Bird. I might as well get to +4 and know that I can knock out those Pokemon. He's going to Caliper, reset up the rain again, as I do set up my sword stance, and it's going to be very hard for my opponent to break the substitute. I can knock out 2 Pokemon before I die from recoil, and even then I might be able to live. So he does go for the Hydro Pump. This is a little bit weird because I didn't think he would sack off his Pelipper this early, but he does decide to sack off his Pelipper, as it just does show he's actually Scarfed because he outsped my Talonflame. So Talonflame's going to get a nice little bit of leftovers recovery. Not that it's going to really matter too much, as he does immediately go back out into his Kingdra, which is re-boosted with Swift Swim. I decided to switch out my Talonflame because it's very good for things like Downmise, and this is where you're going to say I was a poor, naive little boy and I thought Absorb Bulb absorbed the water type attack. So I got my special attack boost, but I took 66% of damage in the process, and that and the Hydro Pump combination will knock out my Florges. So yet again, Florges come into a battle. I thought it was very good, and yet it just got destroyed. So I decided to send out Yuda, set up the sand, and you cannot take down the sand anymore, so that means that his Kingdom does not have a special speed boost anymore. He decides to go for Ice Beam, which is a little bit confusing. I thought he might go for the water type attack again, but it was a good mid-ground play, so I have to give props to Shiny for that. So I'm very scared of this Pokemon. I decided to fire off a Dragon Pulse because I do Oko the Kingdra. That thing was useless for my team. I do know why I can't understand why Sack was underspent by everything in my team except Powdon, which even then I'm pretty sure took a Hydro Pump from it. So he goes out into the Manaphy now, and I know the Manaphy is not going to expect a Thunderbolt. He decides to go for the substitute, but I'm not swapping on this thing. Latios cannot do much versus his team anymore. I have lots of things for Landorus, such as Exercatry at +1 because I know he's not Scarfed. I also have Talonflame at my next Roark in the back, so I'm more than fine. Yuda also can shoot a Hidden Power Ice, as you have seen. He decides to go for the Teal Blue, and he did say this was a misclick on his behalf, so I decided to go for the Dragon Ball, thinking to switch into Landorus, but instead I get all some huge chip damage. And I actually do underspeed this Manaphy because I am above the Latios, but he decides to switch out here. I don't really know why. I think because my Talonflame could revenge him, but he kill him. But he decided to go out in this Landorus Therian, which is a little bit weird. I decided to Oko it with my Dragon Pulse. No reason to go for the Thunderbolt because Manaphy was already immune from 2 Dragon Pulses to knock it out anyway. So Sandstorm subsides, so that means my Rayquaza, my little Latios is going to get a little bit more HP. And this time I just decide that I'm just going to sack off my Latios. It's done its job. It underspeeds the Manaphy, it gets Pursuit Shot by the Drapion, and actually goes for the Phantom Force. So that means that I can actually preserve this Pokemon if I do wish to. I can swap out into my Roark, and I'm pretty sure that's what I decide to do. I'll check. No, I decided to go out into my Hippowdon, which can take the hit. It is fully yes, physically defensive hit. Also, I do neutralize those leftovers recovery, so he is not recovering up any health. In fact, he is only keeping at a very neutral amount of HP because he is losing 6.5% and gaining 6.5%. So I decided going to Talonflame, knowing he's going to go for the Power Whip or something like that, hit my team. So he does go for that. I 4 times resisted. So now I get up a beautiful, strong hit with my Talonflame, stab Reaper boosted, and something has to come in and shoot his hit, and as he decides to sack up his Downmise. And luckily Talonflame stays alive, so that means that I can take on the Drapion, hit something else hard. At least what I thought, until I realised that Showdown sometimes likes to, sorry for the moving again, the Showdown sometimes rounds it up, so that means that the 6.5 is actually 70%, so that sucks. So I decided to go into my Zika, which was disguised as my Roark, as you can see from the damage, so I decided to pop the balloon, of course, as I did previously. Yuta can now Earthquake if I do wish to. I decided to go into Yuta, as he decided to go for the knockoff here. I guess I knew I was the Roark and just wanted to get off some, make me lose my life orb essentially. But I wanted to save this thing at Aqua Tail because if it didn't, then I could just heal up on it. But unfortunately, it does have Aqua Tail. So Yuta is going to go down as Sandstorm does subside. As I decided to go right into my Exercatry.
I survive a hit from this Pokemon. Actually, I outspeed it, so I decided to knock out the Drapion, and I know that Manaphy cannot knock me out with anything. And unfortunately, I was really disappointed thus far that I could not show off my Z Sunny Day circuitry, because I really wanted to, so I just decided to play off a Z Sunny Day. I know I risked the chance of him being Scarf Manaphy, but, you know, would you really run Scarf Pelipper and Scarf Manaphy? I think not. So even then, I do think that Sun boosted, or not really boosted, Sun resisted Surf knocked me out anyway. So I win the battle. GG to Shiny, I win that 3-0, so now your Armaldos are 3-3. We might make the playoffs, who knows, maybe if someone chokes like Hughes has, Ralita and NX3, I'm pretty sure they're the ones in condition right now. If Hughes has or Ralita choke, I might be able to make the playoffs, but who knows, I will support my boys even if I don't make the playoffs or whatnot. I don't know yet again, as I said, if I'll make the season 2. Kind of want to just upload some random Pokemon Showdown content onto this channel as well, because I only upload it once a week because of my upload schedule. Thanks guys for watching this video. Nevertheless, leave a like, subscribe with notifications on if you never want to miss one of these videos, and also comment down below. I see you Oozman, I see you Radita, I see you Hughes. You did comment on my videos, didn't you, my boy? Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure other people have. Iraz fan, I see you. You've commented on my videos as well. So thanks guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next video. Goodbye.